So there is going to be a DXpedition, a VK DXpedition that is going to be doing parks on the air to the United States very, very shortly in the next week or so. So I've got the two participants who are going to be leading this, Bryan VK3 Lima Fox and Tony VK3 Yankee Victor. Hello to you both.
G'day, Hayden. How are you going?
Good, good. Now I was speaking with our parks coordinator for VK, so parks on the air coordinator for VK. And he said to me, you should have a chat with Tony, VK3YV, because he's going to be going over to the United States very soon and activating some parks. So tell us a little bit about what's going to be happening.
Yeah, well, that was Marty, VK4KC, obviously. And he's done a fantastic job in sort of getting POTA up and running, or a little bit more out there in the space. So just happened to mention to him a few times that we're heading over there just to make him jealous, I suppose. That we're going to head over and
make us all jealous.
But ultimately, we're going to Hambench, so we thought we might as well drive from Los Angeles over to Xenia and do a heap of parks on the way and on the way back, and see a fair bit of the countryside, and hopefully meet up with a heap of hams while we're over there, which will be absolutely fantastic. Yeah,
great. And so what date are you traveling out of Australia and landing at LA?
Yep, leaving Monday the 9th, early in the morning, and arriving in Los Angeles before we leave, technically, spending one night in Los Angeles and then heading out that next day. So pretty well getting stuck into it as soon as we pick the hire car up and heading northeast, I should say.
Okay. So what? So how many weeks? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head when Hambench is. That's the third weekend in May, isn't it? So so you've got a couple of weeks worth of travel there for you.
Yeah. So we've got 10 days to get from LA to Dayton, and I think we've got 4 days in Dayton and 9 days to travel back. So it's just over 7,500 kilometres for the trip. So.
You're going to be, I'm not sure. I guess you guys have probably got some sort of idea, but how many parks are along the way, along that trip? Or have you got a plan of what parks you're going to be activating, or is it just going to be as you're driving along, have a look on the map and we'll go and activate this one as we drive past it or something?
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's going to be the plan. There's 2 parks in LA that we've sort of looked at, which is, I think it's Dockweiler State Beach, which is directly behind the airport. So if all things go to plan, we might stop there as soon as we get out of the airport. And then also Chino Hills State Park, which is near Anaheim, so where we're staying that night. So hopefully after we go and buy a big at HRO in Anaheim, and then head off to the park and activate that and watch the sunset over the park.
So are you grabbing some gear from HRO on the way for the specific park activation, or is that just a thing to do while you're in the States? So that I hope you got plenty of luggage as you come back too.
I am. I'm actually buying a battery and charger. So I've bought a 12 amp hour Bioenno battery, and also a Paradigm radio DC charger, so we can charge the batteries through the car cigarette lighter while we're driving.
That was one of the biggest logistical issues we had, was batteries, obviously, because we can't take batteries on the aircraft, or not substantial ones, as you know. They've got to be under 100 watt hours, or with their permission 160 watt hours maximum. So which we have asked for permission. Unfortunately, nothing has been returned yet. So we've still got the week to go. Maybe that'll happen.
So you got those couple of parks in LA. So I guess the other question is are you going to be using your VK call signs? Because I think that's the attractive part of for chasers especially, and for those who maybe even if they're out working already working a parks activation, they'll definitely want to get VK in the log, even if it is in the United States.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to obviously we have to put initially the W6 or whatever region we're in. But you're right, we'll use the VKs, and we'll probably get a few pile-ups there at times, I'm tipping. So as many contacts as we can get, that'd be fantastic. So
for those that aren't familiar, what's the process? So when you go over to the United States, you can use your VK call sign, but you've got to then say so VK3 Yankee Victor stroke, is it Whiskey 6 or wherever you are activating from?
Yeah, so if you're in California, you're supposed to say Whiskey 6 stroke or slash VK3YV or particular 3 Yankee Victor. And you generally have to give your location as well as part of the rules. So, which won't be hard. You're in a park, you'll give that location pretty well every time you're on the radio. So I guess, or even if you're just portable W6 or whatever, that'll be pretty good.
But you do both have your United States calls as well, though.
Yeah.
So what's yours, Tony, and then Bryan?
Mine's Whiskey 8 Whiskey Hotel.
No, I'm K3 Bravo Whiskey Mike to go with my VK3 Bravo Whiskey Mike call.
I guess for those who are watching and who want to chase you, checking out the POTA spotting page will probably be the best place to find you. So when you activate, I'm gathering that you're going to be spotting on there.
Yeah, plan to on the POTA, but we'll also spot on the wwff.co spotting page as well. So because we activate the POTA, we'll also send our logs for the KFF or the WWFF KFF system as program as well. So I'm tipping there's going to be lots of people that chase for both of them, and there's so many awards to be up for grabs in both those systems, and I'm sure we'll get heaps of people chasing just for those.
And I guess the other one is for those my viewers, they'll be familiar with Ham Alert. So that's another app that I use as well. So if you pop Bryan or Tony's call sign into Ham Alert, then you should be able to get an alert when they're on the air and they're spotted. So what radios and gear do you plan on using, and what's the bands that you're mainly going to be focusing on?
Oh, I've got a Zygu G90 that I've built into a Go box. So it comes complete with the battery, the antenna, everything fits in it. It's a it's a safe case, plastic toolbox. So that's basically, I open the lid and turn it on and I'm good to go. And so I also use an NFED half wave that I made, which is based on the KM4 ACK design. And I've also got a linked dipole that I made for 40, 20 and 10. So the NFED half wave does 40 through to 10. And with a tuner, I can get 12 and 17 as well. So I don't have anything for 80, purely because of space-wise. So I've got the Soda Beams 7 metre pole, and also their carbon 6 metre pole. So we'll see how we go with that. If we need anything taller, I've got a throw bag and a rope to get up a tree if we can.
Yeah, and I've got I'm taking the trusty old 7300. It's a little bit bigger, but it's portable and it fits in the suitcase, in the hand luggage suitcase. So it'll come on board. And I've got a Pac 12 vertical antenna that I purchased from a supplier up in Queensland. And I'm also taking a homemade linked dipole I've got. It does from 80 through to 6 meters. So it does all the bands. So we'll operate on all the bands that we can. And I was going to try and get the Arrow antenna on, but unfortunately, it's a bit bigger than a suitcase. So
plus, you need to save space for all the bargains that you're going to get at Hamvention as well.
Yeah.
Now, I believe this is your first time going to Hamvention too. What are you looking forward to? Is there anything in particular, or just going to take it in the first time and see how it goes?
Oh, I was there in 2018, so this is my second time actually. But yeah, Bryan's first time. But it's like going every time you go, it's like going the first time.
Oh, so we're actually they're doing the contest university on the Thursday beforehand, and just basically to have a look at what's out there and see all new things and go talk to some people with a lot more knowledge than I certainly have, and like you said, hopefully pick up some bargains and fill the luggage up for the trip home.
Well, you're the envy of everybody, I think, in VK who want to go and travel to Hamvention, including myself. So, no, that's excellent. So, yeah, so leaving on May the 9th, you're coming back, leaving the US on the 31st of May.
Right.
So it's going to be great activating all those parks, and even those in Australia. We might be able to might be able to catch you as well for when you're activating over there as well. So that'd be good.
No, we'll try and activate them pretty close to times. At 20 metres will be open here. I've been getting quite a few parks in the USA late at night here. So we'll try and activate at those times as well. And I noticed with mine in particular, it's usually the West Coast or Florida that seems to be the best locations to get those parks. So hopefully while we're closer to the West Coast, we might be able to get a few contacts in for Australia. And I'll take my laptop as well and do some FT8 and see if we can get some contacts that way as well.
When you don't have voice, you can always trust a good old FT8 as well. Yeah, excellent stuff. All right, well, have fun, lads, and look forward to hearing how you went when you get back.
Thank you.
Hayden. Thanks very much.